At this point, it looks like we are going to get a COVID relief package that for some reason doesn't actually include any real relief for the American public. In fact, according to the latest version of the negotiated bill, which was leaked, and David Serota, Andrew Perez posted about it on Tuesday, what we're looking at is a piece of legislation that has retroactive immunity for corporations, actually guts part of the Civil Rights Act, and of course does not include any direct payments for struggling Americans. Bunch of corporate giveaways and some weird crap, and nothing to actually address the fact that millions of Americans have lost their jobs, millions of Americans are struggling to afford their bills, millions are facing an eviction crisis, and of course we're in the middle of a recession now during a pandemic. Here's the highlights of the bill as reported on the Daily Poster. It would shield companies from all coronavirus-related actions retroactively for at least 1 year, or until the pandemic is over, except in cases of gross negligence. Most coronavirus-related lawsuits would be forced into federal courts, which are considered more friendly to business interests. That is true. These are the judges that are appointed, and even the ones appointed by Democrats are all way, way, way too corporate. Number 2, it would restrict the enforcement of long-standing laws such as the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938, the Occupational Safety and Health Act of 1970, and the Civil Rights Act of 1964 when companies say they're attempting to comply with government's coronavirus guidelines. Empower the United States Attorney General to deem coronavirus-related lawsuits from workers, customers, and attorneys meritless, and then file civil actions against them as retribution. In order to vindicate the public interest, courts would be allowed to fine respondents up to $50,000. So, if you are forced by your employer to go back to work and they put you in a situation that they know is going to increase your chances of getting this virus or cause you to get the virus, and they know it is, and then you say, all right, well, I'm going to sue you for doing this to me. This piece of legislation that would be the next relief bill says, guess what? You've sued them. Now the DOJ gets to prosecute you. First of all, your lawsuit is dismissed as meritless. And now we're suing you for $50,000. That's not all. It would shield healthcare executives from lawsuits through language copied word for word from a statute passed in New York by Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo amid a spate of COVID deaths in that state's nursing homes. When I first saw this, if it hadn't been by Serota and Perez, I honestly would have assumed that this was parody, because this is comically corporate. Like, this is something you would see from The Onion. Like, oh yeah, if you sue your employer, it gets immediately dismissed and you have to pay $50,000. That's a joke. Haha. It's not. Those are legitimately things that are in the current draft copy of the bill. No $1,200 checks. No extra unemployment benefits. No mortgage moratorium that we know of yet. Just corporate giveaway after corporate giveaway after corporate giveaway. You're losing your rights in this bill. Like, this is supposed to help. It's a relief bill to give people relief, but the only people getting relief are the people who run major corporations. This isn't a country anymore. This isn't a country. I'm sorry, but that is the only logical conclusion that I can come to. This is a corporatocracy. This is not a republic. It's not a democracy. We're in a corporatocracy. And we're the pawns. We're the expendable individuals. This country doesn't see us as people. It sees us as pieces. Pieces that can be replaced. The corporations cannot. The corporations must be protected. But the individual pieces of it, sure, those come and go. They fail, they break, we replace them. And that's what we are, the replaceable pieces. And this legislation proves that that's what the government thinks of us.